What if instant gratification never existed? What would your life be like without it? I don't want to waste your time. If you don't like watching unedited videos, please click off now. Now, first of all, why should you listen to me? Why should you watch this video? Well, there is no reason why you should watch me and not someone like Mr. Beast. But this video may just change your life. Thank you for not clicking off yet. In the past, I used to be a degenerate. I would spend all my time doing instant gratification habits. I would just lie down on my bed, watch YouTube, play video games. On weekends, when I didn't have school, I used to wake up at about 9 AM, sleep in, then watch videos on YouTube until like 12 PM. Then I would get out of bed, have breakfast, go play Minecraft on my computer. And I spent years doing that. I spent one entire summer playing video games once. I used to wake up, have breakfast, and play until bedtime. And I spent my entire summer that way. It felt pretty fun doing all that, spending my time doing instant gratification habits. But I kind of felt like something was missing. Life just felt so empty for some reason, and I didn't know why. The more instant gratification habits I did, the more depressed and bored I became. And to cover up these negative emotions, I used to do even more instant gratification habits. It was a vicious cycle. I started watching porn, fapping. I started to scroll on Instagram and watch short-form content more. I used to just crave more dopamine, and it got worse and worse the more I did it. Until one day I came across a video on YouTube. It was different. It wasn't entertainment. That was when I discovered self-improvement. I discovered that there were YouTubers who are trying to help people fix their lives. And since that day, my life completely changed. I began a new chapter of my life. And here I am now. I quit all instant gratification. I do not play video games anymore. I do not watch porn. I do not fap. I don't scroll on social media. I don't eat junk food. I don't watch movies. I don't watch anime. I don't do any instant gratification habits, and I wish you knew how much better my life is now. I feel like a kid again. Things that used to be boring are now fun. I used to need some dopamine to get out of bed every day. Before I got out of bed, I had to just watch some YouTube or anime. Without it, I just couldn't get out of bed, especially on weekends when I didn't play video games or watch YouTube for some time. I just didn't want to do anything else. I only wanted to do more instant gratification. I was like a drug addict. But now I do not need any of these things. I feel motivated to do things without extra dopamine. My mind is stable. I see so many people around me just walk with their phones in their hand, scrolling or texting. They just cannot live for 5 minutes without their phones. And I used to be like that as well. And I really wish these people knew how much better their lives would be without instant gratification, without their phones. People in college try to listen to the teacher. They forget about doing that, and they just grab their phone and start scrolling. They cannot focus on anything. I see everyone around me just spend their time doing instant gratification habits. And I was one of these people. And I wish these people knew how big of a mistake they are making. It's only when you quit all instant gratification habits that you realize how much worse your life was when you did them. You cannot imagine your life without instant gratification until you actually quit it. You cannot know how it feels until you do it. Since we're little, we get what I call the dopamine seeker mindset. We seek things that give us instant pleasure, instant gratification habits. When we are young, we go to school, we study there, we work, then we go back home, and we spend our free time just doing instant gratification habits. We grab our phone, and we start watching YouTube, maybe playing video games. I mean, what else is there to do? Why not do instant gratification habits in your free time? And so, as we get older, this mindset doesn't change. We progress onto worse and worse habits. We find out about porn, about vaping, smoking, drugs, and so many more bad things. We never realize how those things affect our lives. We hate our lives, but we don't realize why. I've got a question for you. Do you know anyone who doesn't spend their free time doing instant gratification habits? Do you know anyone who doesn't scroll on TikTok, who doesn't watch YouTube, who doesn't play video games? Because I don't, and I know so many people, but all of them spend their free time doing instant gratification habits. People who do not do that are rare, and I'm sure you also spend some time doing instant gratification habits. Maybe you scroll on social media, maybe you watch YouTube, maybe you watch anime, TV series, movies. I'm sure you do at least one instant gratification habit, and I really wish you knew how much better your life would be without any instant gratification habits. No, I just want to remind you that if you want to learn more things on how to improve your life, if you want to hear some things that you wouldn't hear from anyone else, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Now back to the video. I'm sure you believe that 1 hour of video games is fine every day. I'm sure you believe that it's okay to do a bit of instant gratification. I'm sure you listen to people when they say that moderation is key, that balance is key. Well, something that I learned is that time is your most valuable asset. Let's say that you spend 1 hour every day playing video games. What if you replace that 1 hour with reading books? What if you read books every day for 1 hour? In 1 year, that would be 365 hours of reading books. And on average, that would be 14,600 pages read. Can you imagine that? That's about 48 books. 1 hour every day of playing video games doesn't seem like much, but that translates into 48 books read per year. That is a lot, if you don't know. You cannot imagine how much information there is in 48 books. Let's say that all of these books were about business, about sales, marketing, copywriting. What if you read 48 books on business and you spent some extra time implementing those things? What if you read 48 books on business, you actually built one, and you implemented the things you learned there? I'm sure you would have a successful business. 1 hour of video games per day doesn't seem like much, but you could get a working business in 1 year if you replace that 1 hour with reading instead, and you spend some more time working on building a business. Your life could be so much more different if you didn't spend any time doing instant gratification habits. I'm sure there will be people in the comments saying that it's okay to just have a bit of fun. But is this really fun? But do you really think that this is fun? Deep down you know that scrolling on TikTok, that watching porn is not real fun. Deep down you know that it's destroying your mind. So please don't call this fun. Don't be like me. Now you may be thinking that if you quit all instant gratification habits, everyone would think you are weird. That your friends would think you are weird. But why do you care about the opinion of these people? Why do you call these people your friends? You're trying to improve your life, but they're trying to drag you down. You know that if you try to improve your life, if you try to quit instant gratification, they would try to drag you down. They would call you weird. Why do you call these people your friends? Why do you spend your time with these people? Why do you care about the opinion of average people? Why do you still listen to them? It's once you stop listening to average people, once you stop caring about their opinion, that your life starts to become better. If you do not want to be like an average person, you've got to stop listening to them, and you've got to change your lifestyle. If you do not want to end up like an average person, you've got to stop doing the habits that average people do. I hope this video has inspired you to change. Now, if you do want to quit instant gratification, I wrote a protocol for that. I'm warning you, it's not free, but you'll get a lot of value from it. It will help you quit instant gratification once and for all. It contains a bunch of useful tools that I learned from my own journey of quitting instant gratification. If you don't want to do it alone, if you want some help, I can help you quit instant gratification habits. All links are in the description. If you do not like the protocol, or if you do not like my help, you can get all your money back, so do not worry. Now, there's something else that I want to share with you. There's one simple habit that if you start doing daily, you will become more successful in life. You will start procrastinating less, you will have better social skills, and it will actually be a bit easier to quit instant gratification. If you want to learn what that habit is, check out this video from the info card. Check out my free guides and my Discord server, links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked this video, and remember, no matter what your mind tells you, never give up.